Welcome. This would be a dedicated series where we would start with current affairs summary. Now, we would be discussing the current affairs summary for February. These are some of the important topics that we would be moving forward as we go ahead. So, the very first one is the AI Impact. Now, AI Impact Summit was held in India. This was the fourth edition from Bletsky Park to Seoul, Paris, and finally India. Now, what are the key things you must remember? There were three sutras that were provided: people, planet, and progress. The seven chakra or the pillars that was associated to it, and this was the fourth summit. So some of the important ideas, and more than 200 billion USD investments were brought in with an additional 20,000 GPUs under the AI, the India AI mission. Now, what is very important? There are 13 frontier AI model developers which were signed under the commitment from India, and numerous people visited it. The most important thing is the India's AI model Sarvam that was part of it. The India-Brazil partnership. Now here, one of the very important part of the MOU that was signed included rare earth, pharma, MSME, and postal. Also, digital partnership was adopted. The visa status was increased from 5 years to 10 years, and this was on a reciprocal basis. So G4 members, which are India, Brazil, Germany, and Japan, again important: IBSA, India, Brazil, South Africa, and BRICS. So three important international cooperations related with Brazil that you must be aware with, and Brazil is one of the largest trading partners of Latin America. So deal with rare earth for EV batteries and semiconductors again becomes important, and center of excellence for digital public infrastructure to be established in Brazil. The next is India's first counter-terrorism policy, which is known as Prahar. Now this reflects all the seven pillars that have been mentioned here, which is prevention, response, aggression, human rights, attenuation, alignment, and recovery. And as we said, this would be based on a zero tolerance approach with whole of the society model. Now this would address the CBRNAD threats as well as the hybrid warfare. The most important is the CBRNAD, which is the chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, explosive, and digital threats. So addressing all of these threats and the various laws under the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita and the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita are important. So those have been taken into account. The next is the Kerala being renamed as Keralam. Now this has been under Article 3. Union Cabinet approved it in February, and this has been under the bill on alteration of the name. Now, it's important. What is Article 3? Article 3 in the Parliament empowers to form a new state, alter the boundaries or the name. So, since the name has been altered, it is Article 3 of the Constitution, making it a very important question for your upcoming prelims examination. And for Article 3 to be passed, it requires just a simple majority in both the houses. It amends the first and the fourth schedule. The word Keralam comes from Kera, which means coconut, and Alam, which means land. So it is a land of coconut, as simply stated. Now, also, once the bill is brought, it has to be introduced with the recommendation of the President. The decision is taken at the first cabinet meeting at the new Seva Tirth complex. Also, there has been numerous states which have been formed on linguistic basis since 1956. The renaming of the states again are important under the States Reorganization Act. So Odisha renamed as Odisha. This was in 2011. Uttaranchal as Uttarakhand in 2007, and Madras and Tamil Nadu, Madras as Tamil Nadu in 1969. So those are some of the important renamings that have been done. Now GCC. What is GCC? GCC are the global capacity centers. Now India GCC free trade agreement was launched. Now this was with Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Oman, Bahrain, and Kuwait, and India's largest trading bloc would be these areas. Now again, the Gulf Cooperation has focused on bringing in more investments with 15% more of India's global trade, and affecting more than 10 million lives in the Gulf nations. So it covers the goods, services, investments, and regulatory corporations. And the Gulf Cooperation Free Trade Agreement is a really important step. The next is CBDC, food subsidy. Now this is being one of the very important food subsidy pilot project which has started in Puducherry. The idea is central bank digital currency. So there would be a digital rupee for food subsidy delivery. From the tokens to the wallets would be the transition. The partners would be RBI, Canara Bank and PFMS, and the idea would later expand from Puducherry to Chandigarh and Dadar and Nagar Haveli. Now the idea is to serve more than 80 crore beneficiaries under this scheme. So who is the issuer of CBDC is RBI. GKAY is the main scheme through which it goes, and the difference between the CBCD, that is the central bank digital currency, and cryptocurrency becomes very important for a exam perspective. And what is the programmable money concept? So this whole concept of CBDC pilot projects, which includes retail as well as the wholesale, has been started. Programmable money, where the tokens have conditions attached to it but can only buy entitled food grains, right? So this would prevent any kind of leakage or diversions from the public distribution system. The next is the MOU being signed under the Global Hunger Relief. Now this talks about supplying 2 lakh million ton of rice to the world food production. Now here the major idea is this would be valid for 5 years. Maximum 25% of the broken rice would be allowed under it, and the price has been marked at 2,800 per quintal until any revisions take place. Now this would ensure India's global food security vision. The next is 7 planetary boundaries. Now this has been released by CSE, the Down to Earth magazine. We have already discussed in detail in it. Now the 7th one, the breach, is the ocean acidification. The acidification of the oceans have increased nearly 30 to 40% after the Industrial Revolution, and this leads to freshwater depletion, changes in the nitrogen and phosphorus chemical cycles, and chemical pollutions. There are only 2 safe areas that have been identified, which includes the stratospheric ozone depletion and aerosol loading. Now ocean acidification also affects what? The coral reefs, the marine food chain, the shellfishes. So it also is having a deep impact onto the ocean life. But besides this, there are reports which also identify the higher intensity of conflicts with wildlife and human beings. So all these things are really important, and there are to be proactive reforms which need to be taken into account. The next is tax modernization under the India-France Double Taxation Avoidance Convention. Now, the capital gains taxed wherever the company resides would be the basic idea. The most favored nation clause has been reduced. The dividends at 5% or more than 10% for the holdings and 15% for the others have been identified. Now, similar amendments are not just done with France but also with Mauritius, Cyprus, Singapore, as some of those. Now there are also treaty shoppings which are done. Now treaty shopping is the routing investments through countries with favorable tax treaties that we have. So what is the DTAC, double tax avoidance clause? What is the MFN, the most favored nation clause, are some of the important questions for your exam. The next is exercise Agnivarsha. Now here we are talking about the Indian Army South Command exercise which has been done in the regions of Pokhran, Rajasthan. It is the large scale integrated fire and maneuver exercise which has been done, combining the armor, mechanized infantry and artillery. And Pokhran is also known as the site for nuclear testing in 1998 under the Operation Shakti. So very important, and for prelims perspective, Southern Command location is again important, and during the time of Operation Shakti the code that was given was Smiling Buddha. The next is Dharmakarjan, that is the India-Japan joint military exercise. Now this is between Indian Army and Japan Ground Defense Forces for counter-terrorism, and this has been called as a special strategic and global partnership. The other important exercises with Japan include the Shinyu Maitri for Air Force, JIMEX for Navy, and Malabar, which is a trilateral naval exercise between India, United States and Japan. The next is BioAsia. Now, BioAsia Science Forum is a very, very unique forum. The forum was held in Hyderabad, Telangana, and it is one of the Asia's largest biotech clusters which have been established since 1998. So, Hyderabad hosts as what is called as the Genome Valley. So some of the tech bio inventions include convergence of AI with biology, drug discovery, personalized medicines, genomic research. So India is called as the pharmacy of the world, the largest generic drug exporter globally, and we have what is called as the BioE3. BioE3 is biotechnology for economics, for environment and for employment. Also the high tech, which is the Hyderabad International Trade Exposition Limited, has been the host for the BioAsia conference, and these are the centers where more than 800 life science companies are present, right? The next is India-Spain relationship to boost the AI impact. Now, this was the second official visit to India by the President of Spain. Tata Airbus C295 assembly line has been established at Vadodara. The university's Vice Chancellors and Rector Conference was held. Also, the cooperation was seen on defense, education, climate and tourism. And this is called as a dual year for cultural ties with Spain. So, the most important of this is the C295 assembly line at Vadodara, which was established. The next is predicting the lethal moist heat waves. Now, this is a very, very important topic, specifically for students from environment and geography, even for their optional. So what is BSISO? BSISO is the Boreal Summer Interseasonal Oscillations. Now this is a quasi-periodic 30 to 60 days cycle where there is movement or motion from heavy rains followed by dry convection periods, and this is usually seen in the equatorial Indian Ocean region to the areas extending up to the Western Pacific. Now there are alternating active cycles of heavy rain and monsoon breaks. So that is the dry spell. Now what is the most important thing is, in fact, if the dry waves are hot, they are not that lethal, but if they are moist, they are more lethal because the precipitation does not go off, and when the sweat does not go off, the humidity actually is a big killer for high heat waves. So moist heat waves with high temperature leads to the worsening situations, and this has affected the human health significantly, and managing this becomes very, very important. So it has been linked to the Boreal Summer Interseasonal Oscillations, which is also called as BSISO. Very, very important question, as I said, for geography optional. We'll be discussing more in separate lecture for that. The next is India-Sweden cooperation. That is again a bilateral cooperation under India AI mission for healthcare, smart cities and natural language processing, and we do have very strong ties with Sweden. We are with the SciTech, that is the Sweden India Technology Advancement Corridor, which was launched in February. The next is National Monetization Pipeline Phase 2. Now this aims to monetize nearly 40 lakh crores and it is an asset monetization, not basically privatization. So revenue generation to be recycled into new greenfield infrastructure for Viksit Bharat. That's the basic idea. Now the sectors would include road, railway, power, telecom, airport and ports, and revenue recycled would be taken into new infrastructure projects that would be built in. So understanding the national monetization pipeline versus privatization, distinction between the two, again a very important question for your mains as well. The UPI One World Wallet. Now this has been launched by NCPI. Foreign visitors can pay via UPI in India without any Indian bank account. 80% of the food courts did allow it. And India's NCPI, the UPI system, is one of the world's largest real-time systems. Now, some of the countries which have already signed the MOU for UPI with India include Singapore, UAE, France, Bhutan, Nepal, Mauritius, Sri Lanka. So those are some of the important nations which have already signed the UPI with it. And India has more than 50% of the global digital transactions. The next is Kaziranga. Now, fishing cat is a medium-sized wild cat which is usually found in the wetlands in Southeast Asia. It is semi-aquatic. It can swim and dive to catch a fish, but it lives like a cat. Okay, so it is called as a fishing cat. Now, under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act, it has been declared as vulnerable. The Kaziranga Wildlife Sanctuary is the host to it, which is also known for the one-horned rhinoceros. And the ideal region where the fishing cat have been found is mainly the Brahmaputra floodplains, because they do find the fishes, which is the basic diet for these cats. The next is National Science Day. Now, here we need to focus on the C.V. Raman's discovery. He was awarded Nobel Prize in 1930. He was the first Asian to get a Nobel Prize in science, and for his work on Raman effect, the light changes wavelength in transparent material, which formed the basis for Raman spectroscopy later. The 2026 theme has been the Science and Innovation for Sustainable Development. Now, India's Deep Tech Startup Fund reflect the science push which has been done. The last one for today is the Zero Prize, which is India's first result-based environmental award with a total corpus of 5 crores. Now, the reward would be given to verified pollution reduction based on outcome, not intention. So it would cover air, water, solid waste and industrial emissions, and would incentivize innovations and bring in environmental governance. It would target individuals, organizations, and it would be a corpus that would have one of the largest environmental awards in India. So India's NDC targets under Paris Agreement, the National Clean Air Program, Swachh Bharat Mission, Smart City, Amrit Mission are some of the important ones that you must take into account. Then Indira Gandhi Paryavaran Puraskar for Environment, the National Wildlife Award are some other important ones that you must take into account. So this was a quick highlight for some of the major things that have been discussed or covered during the month of February. We will cover the current affairs section every fortnightly, so stay tuned for more updates. Have a great day.